Anyone like to come up for a story this morning? Hi, Catherine. Hello. I haven't met you before. It's so good to see you. Welcome. So, I have a story, and it kind of continues from where we left off last week. Do you remember? It involves some water. Somebody got wet. Jesus getting baptized, yeah. So this story, and we always put this cloth out when we're telling stories about Jesus and his followers. This reminds us of the Holy Land, the dry land. It was a very dry, deserty kind of place. And this is Jesus, who lived then and would teach people about God. And in our story last week, he decided to leave home, to leave his mom and his brothers and sisters, to leave his work, and he went out, wandered out into the desert, and he met there a guy named John, who was out in the desert near the Jordan River teaching people about a different way to live, where they lived with love in their hearts and peace in their lives. And Jesus was so impressed that he went under the water and was baptized and became a follower of this John. And when our story continues, what happened is more and more people were gathering around John, and so the police of the time came and they arrested John and put him in jail because they didn't want him saying the things that he was saying. Well, Jesus, it seems, thought about that and decided, this is too important to just let it die away, so I'm going to continue what John began. And he thought, where should I go? And rather than going home, he decided to go to the city of Capernaum. Capernaum was on a big lake that was called the Sea of Galilee. You heard that before? Galilee? Yeah. And it was right on the shore, and there were lots of people there. And Jesus thought, I'm going to go to Capernaum and see if I can find some people that think the same way that I do, that want God to be part of their lives, that want to live with more love and with more peace. And so he went into the city. And there he met a couple of men named Simon and Peter, and they were fishermen, and so they were at the Sea of Galilee, and they were casting their net out into the sea to catch fish. And Jesus spent quite a bit of time getting to know them, because life was hard for them, and he thought they might want to come and be followers. He also met a couple of brothers named James and John. They were also fishermen. They worked for their father, whose name was Zebedee, and they were next to their boat, and they were fixing their net, which had a hole in it. So they were busy fixing their net. And he got to know them. Anyway, after a bit of time went by, Jesus finally decided that it was time It was time to make change, to do something different, to start telling people about what they believed about God. And so he went to Simon and Peter, and he said to them, "Well, it's time. Come and follow me." And they picked up their net, and they left it on the shore, and they went with him. And as they went by James and John, Jesus said, "Well, it's time. We have to start telling people about God, so come and follow me." And they left their nets, and they joined Jesus. I wonder why they left their work and their home and their families to follow Jesus. I wonder why they did that. It seems like a scary thing to me, doesn't it? What if we don't come? Yeah. I wonder what happened next. I wonder. Maybe they traveled across the country and found more disciples, more followers. Yeah. I wonder what you would do if you were asked to drop everything, to stop going to school, to give up your friends, to leave your family, and follow someone. What if your friends came too? That might be okay. At least you wouldn't have to do school. Some things are worth giving up, I suppose. Well, that's our story, and we're going to sing what I think is just a great song right now, and I hope that you all like it. It's called "Jesus Saw Them Fishing." And you're going to be invited to sing the chorus or the refrain to this, which will be up on the screen, which we're going to start with, and I'm going to fill in the verses for you. So let's sing "Jesus Saw Them Fishing." And then after that, you two are welcome to head off to Children's Church. But you might want to stay for the song because it's cool. Jesus saw them fishing.